Hi, hello, beautiful people. Happy Wednesday. So it's not quite dawning thoughts, not quite, because it's Wednesday. It's a bit mad, a bit hectic. I've already been and taken my 12-year-old to her to Esteemed Creatives education provision place that she goes to, which is, it's like an hour and a half out of my morning, out of my day, out of the start of my day. So just like I was awake late because we went to bed late because Minecraft, and maybe that's what I'll just touch on. Yeah, because it's come up in a group that I'm in where someone was asking about video games. The energy of video games is low. The frequency of video games is low. And I see that a lot. Obviously, I'm a home educating, unschooling philosophy mum of 3. We have no limits on screens, devices, tech, except those that people come to a conclusion on based on their own feelings and experiences. So I've been doing this massive Facebook social media detox, really dramatically reducing that, and as a result the time I spend on devices has reduced, and with that I've found more energy and have more energy. When I do my daily check-in with my physical energy, since I drastically reduced Facebook particularly, my energy levels are much better. Even nothing else has changed. Like, I'm not changed anything else. And the only thing I can put it down to is I'm not actually energetically, emotionally, mentally draining myself with the stuff that I'm fed through social media. Could be totally wrong, could be something completely different, but that's the only thing that's different. Really. So yeah, we've never had any massive restrictions on gaming and screens, and we've had little family rules, like for a period of time they had to plug their tablet in the kitchen or downstairs, just because they were ruining ports on devices by using them plugged in, and like the cost of replacing a tablet is like, I'd rather actually you not break your tablet in the first place. So let's have that as like just, tablets downstairs off at 10 p.m. But there was always it was always open to negotiation, and it didn't. I think maybe it did that for a year or two, maybe. And then and we turn our router off overnight because of the health benefits from that. Not that that's been happening recently. Again, everything's always negotiable because of these Minecraft events that have been on that my husband apparently is interested in as well, and that it says the 12-year-old, the middle one, who's really, really into the Minecraft YouTubers and their events. It's gone. What SMPs, some Minecraft gaming things, events and stuff. Role playing, it's freaking amazing, and I've never been into Minecraft. I remember dreading the day my kids would get into Minecraft when all my friends, like preteens, are all obsessed with Minecraft. I was like, man, I hadn't even seen it, I hadn't even touched it. They had tablets, they had my laptop, but they've hadn't really hit their radar. And then they did, because they got a tablet for Christmas between them. I think when the older 2 were like 5 and 6 maybe, and that was when they downloaded Minecraft and they started then using Minecraft. And then like my youngest has been playing Minecraft since she was about 2.5, 3. I think she may even have used that tablet, so she'd have been 2 Yeah, she may have even like used that tablet when the first tablet that they got that was between all of them. So yeah. So, and this is like one of the things that has become apparent for me is when we are projecting our stories and our energetic belief systems on our young people, we're projecting that onto them. And for me, as someone who grew up in a like cultish fundamentalist Christian religion where I was conditioned to believe that my whole life was going to be a failure because I left that religion, and I've spent over a decade, 15 years or so, unraveling that belief system that I'm not deserving of good things because I left that religion. I've always been super careful not to project my beliefs onto my offspring, even as babies. Like this is why I ended up following an unschooling route with home education, because I knew very, very quickly, probably maybe even before I'd had the first one. I mean, like, we chose to home educate while I was pregnant with the eldest, and she's 14 and a half. So it's about 15 years ago that we knew we were going to home educate. And I sort of knew a lot of these stories that I'd been fed were holding me back in my life, and I don't want them to be held back. We chose to home educate to allow creative endeavours to be followed, should that be where they wanted to go, because that was what my husband had felt he'd missed out on, was following his creative passions, because he was expected to go and get a proper job, go and like do something that would be supportive within the religious aspect, within the like for helping with the voluntary work done within the religion. He was like, that was like, even though he actually could have followed his art and gone and done something pretty good in that, because they do have artists who create stuff for the books and pamphlets and leaflets and stuff that they produce. He could probably still have gone and done that within that, but he had more options if he was doing administration, IT, office, clerical type stuff. And he knew that I'd held him back. He was a self-taught graphic artist at this point. He'd learned as well web design all by himself in his like 20s. Yeah, in his late 20s, he'd gone and he was building websites, and he was totally self-taught. Everything that he's learned apart from gardening, and even most of that, has been self-taught. Like, he has done horticulture at college, but he has self-taught himself permaculture. He's self-taught himself graphic design and web design, and it's still something that he does, and like has gone back to recently since losing all his gardening clients to not to COVID, but when COVID hit, he lost all his gardening clients and became more of the stay-at-home aspect of the home education side of things. And that it was to follow their passions, and it was again to drop this conditioning that had come into me. Obviously my husband as well, we're both part of the same religion. Again, if you want to know more on that, the video is in my on my YouTube channel. That deep conditioning, I have always been determined not to bring and put onto my young people. And that's why then when it comes to screens and devices and games and stuff, I'm like, right, okay, that's my problem. My addiction because I've been a gaming addict, I've been a screen addict, I've been like, everything else goes away while I just get really into the game. And I even now I have been, but interestingly, the gaming reduced my social media time, and now I'm not gaming. Like, so it's interesting how our perspectives on what we believe we're addicted to, or what we believe is addictive, or what we believe young people will get addicted to if they game or if they do, because restriction of anything usually makes young people dive into it when it's then unrestricted. And this is within unschooling circles, when people come and choose unschooling as a way of home educating. We'll often say, look, don't be surprised if you've restricted sugar all their lives, don't be surprised if they start binging on it. If you have restricted screens all their lives and they've had an hour a day, don't be surprised if to you it feels like they're binging on it. And that's because our perception is really skewed, because we've got life to do. We're parents, we're mums and dads, and we've got life to do, and we've got like responsibilities. Like now I'm procrastinating, I'm making a video procrastinating, cleaning, doing more organising and cleaning and sorting and clearing stuff in the front bedroom. Oftentimes when you actually sit with them and learn from them what they're learning, the whole world opens up to you. This is why I've got so into the Minecraft YouTubers myself, because I'm like, whoa, hold on a minute. These guys are like, they're doing what they love. They're putting their creativity into the world. They're writing stories. The role playing in these Minecraft servers is fucking amazing. They're acting, they're role playing, they're doing what they love, they're gaming, they're creating stuff, they're learning skills, and they're making money. Like, some of these YouTubers are making a hell of a lot of money for, like, compared to what some people are then going out and doing boring, fucking mundane 9-to-5 job. And I think what my husband used to do when he worked for a while in Cumbria at BNFL Sellafield, in a nuclear power station. He worked like long shifts. He did early starts. He had early starts and early finishes, but then he'd get home from work and just be dead for 3 hours while he slept, and then he'd oversleep in the morning because he'd game till like 1 a.m. and then he'd be calling me, because we weren't married at that point, we didn't live together, and he'd be calling me saying I missed my bus, because it was Cumbria, he had one bus to get. So when I think how draining and exhausting that was for the amount of money he made, and then watch these guys YouTubing, Minecrafting, gaming, playing with their whole day, and then doing other things, like they have community, they have like connections and meet each other from all over the world. I know for my own nephews who've gamed and connected online with people as well, they've explored the world way more than I have, because they made connections often through gaming, using the internet, and screens. And that's where my home education background comes from, is because my sister home educated her 3 boys, took the older 2 out of school before they went to high school. The youngest never went to school, and the home education philosophy she basically ended up following was unschooling. And I watched them. I did the judging. I was a teen going, oh my God, my nephew can't read. He's like 5, 6 years old. He can't read. All I do is see them playing games all the time. And now, hold on a minute, they're probably all making a decent amount of money for themselves. They're all doing really well. They're all doing what they love. They're all following their dreams and their passions. And they've, like, the middle one married someone from Costa Rica. The eldest's partner's from Northern Europe. And last I heard, he was going to be going, and they were wanting to go and live over in whichever Scandinavian country she's from. I always forget. And it's like, when we close our minds to potentials and opportunities, it's all well and good closing our minds for ourselves with that way, but when we close our minds for our offspring as well, for the next generation, because of our fears or our projections of what's right and wrong, good and bad from the world, I know from the upbringing of myself that what I was told was bad was actually like half of what I do now. That's why the unraveling of it was like what I was told was bad growing up all of the energy healing stuff that I do, the magic, the witchcraft, all of that I was told was bad growing up. And now I do it and get so much benefit from it and so much joy and feel so much peace and growth from it. I know that it was all projected onto me by my upbringing. So this is why, you know, even those things that I do now, I won't project onto my children until they're ready to take them for themselves. And they say, you know, what are you doing, Mum? And they come to me and they'll ask for Reiki and they'll ask me about spells. One of them loves crystals nearly as much as I do. One of them has done some witchcraft sessions with me that I did. And like, one of them distinctly remembers her lives as animals because she's never been a human before. So, like, and animal races as well. That's a whole other story. We can go down another time. She's been a feline, multidimensional being more than once, and she's definitely never been a human before. So she's got like a clean human slate. And I'm not ruining that by projecting all my human bullshit on her. But she's got so much potential for her growth and expansion as a human. So yeah, that's that. They're the dawning thoughts. Didn't know that was going to happen. But that's sort of this morning didn't happen because last night was a late one, because I suddenly looked at the time and it was 10:10 and I'd not come to bed, and I'm the one who gets up early to do my stuff because my stuff that's how I survive. Like, that's where I prioritise my self-care, is when I get up, so I have a couple of hours to myself before I'm thrown into the day of being a mum. That's what I do. I do that. That's time for self-care is like so important to me, so that I can be more present for the mum stuff and for the healer stuff through the rest of the day. So I'm nurtured and take care of myself, and that's like the massive part and things that I teach through my self-care processes and through the nurturing processes that I bring people to. And when people are asking questions in home ed groups about how do you find time for yourself, and like, you make time by reprioritizing other things. Like, you know, what ain't important, right? Well, social medias are not important. Like, it's just not. Even housework isn't important compared to, like, if you don't care for yourself, then the housework will actually end up being neglected anyway because you've not looked after yourself. And that was a massive thing for me as well. With my mental health, emotional health, like, breakdown 6.5 years ago, was the house had started to fall apart around my ears because I wasn't taking care of myself. And then beginning to take care of myself, when I take that time to take care of myself, the other stuff I then have more time for. And because then I'm like, right, okay, so 15 minutes, half an hour of taking care of those things, the like house stuff, is more likely to get done if I fill my own cup and I'm nurtured and I'm looked after. And with regards to healing work, support and stuff, when I do that, if I take care of myself, I have the more energy to take care of the other people, to nurture and support and be a light for other people when I'm doing my healing support and stuff as well. So there's the dawning thoughts. Not quite dawning, although it's freaking dark enough to only be dawning. It's one of them days that's not going to get light. And I live in a valley, so it don't get light anyway from about now till February, because I live almost in the bottom of a valley, with lots of houses built up out of the valley. It's a cool valley to live in, though. Really cool valley to live in. Sacred land here that we don't know much about. So anyway, there we go. That's it. Enjoy your whatever day it is that you're watching this. Have a great few days, and I will catch you all again tomorrow. Take care.